I'm 19, and me and almost everyone I know has no idea how they're going to ever afford a home here, thinking about leaving the country even.
Right.
Um, I'm a little confused as to how we're supposed to pay for the rest of that rebate. Um, but I also really wish that the Conservatives would take a look at the blanket rezoning of the province. I think that was actually a really good move. So yeah, definitely going to be paying very close attention to housing policies from both parties.
Yeah, that was a really enlightening call, and it
Mm-hmm.
echoes things I hear from my students, right? I teach business students at UBC who are a very selected group who are going to earn great incomes. And every semester I ask them, how many of you are concerned that even if you make a good income, you won't be able to afford a decent place to live? And, it's not 100% of the people raise their hands, but it's close. This is an educated guy, Ben. Obviously, he
Mm-hmm.
sounded pretty articulate and knows about zoning policy. So my guess, and he grew up in North Van, so doing a little bit of demographic conjecture,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably going to be on the very high end of success for people in his cohort because of his background. And yet he's terrified he'll never be able to afford housing. So
Mm.
just imagine people who haven't had the advantages I'm guessing Ben has had growing up. It's a real problem. And Ben was absolutely right to mention zoning, right? Because
Yes.
there's really two components to housing affordability. There's market housing needs to be cheaper, and some people can't afford market housing and they need cash or they need non-market housing. So if you're going to push up demand by handing cash to voters, you really need to find a place for them to live, or else the benefits just bid up prices. And there's been an important reform under the current government, which I will put my cards on the table here. I helped structure in some ways, but the idea is the province is cramming density down the municipalities' throats. Places like North Van have no incentive to allow multifamily housing because they get all the disamenity and infrastructure costs, and the benefits are shared by all
Right.
jurisdictions. So jurisdictions are going to get that trade-off wrong. They're going to overemphasize amenity and infrastructure costs and underemphasize housing. And that's why 90% of our land area is zoned for housing that kids like Ben are never going to be able to afford. So it's so important that we retain this mandate that municipalities allow at least multiplexes and when it's close to transit, multifamily housing.